Hi everyone. In this class, we're going to be dealing with non-Western ethnic folk music, otherwise known as world music. That's the subject of the class material as well as Chapter 8 in the text, which we'll also be dealing with. So, a few basic terms, as usual. Here's the definition of folk music you'll remember from the beginning of the term. Here's some basic characteristics of folk music, which I will leave you to look at for yourselves. Remember that ethnic folk music is performed by non-professionals, usually people that can't read music. The study of this kind of music is called ethnomusicology. On our faculty, Dr. Julie Licata is our resident ethnomusicologist. She teaches classes in world music as well as in percussion performance. Last Tuesday night, you saw a little bit of the oral tradition with the players in the gamelan learning their music without having any written music. That's what this means. I included this term oral just because it sounds exactly like the other oral, and I don't want you to confuse the two. Repertory or repertoire, another term that you can use when you are describing music in your various writings. And just a reminder about the gamelan, it's an Indonesian percussion orchestra. So, today's listening involves three pieces of music. The first is from Mali, which is a sub-Saharan African country. Mamadou Diabaté is the primary performer. You'll see that it is a quintet. There are ethnic instruments as well as modern instruments. Mamadou Diabaté performs on an instrument called the kora, which you will see a picture of in the text. He's performed on the SUNY Oneonta campus a couple times, is a remarkable performer. This is a real good example of music from this country and how some elements of it have been fused with more modern instrumentation. The second piece, Trip to Suzhou, is a traditional Chinese ethnic folk music piece. Chinese culture, very interesting. It developed in an almost entirely unblended way because there are geographical boundaries around the country, whether it's an ocean on the east or the Great Wall in the north or the Himalayas in the south. Consequently, their culture developed in a very homogeneous way. This performance is highly refined. You will see that it's an example of folk music having become art music. It's a formal performance of this traditional folk piece. Once again, you will see ethnic instruments, which were originally primitive but have become very highly refined. Traditional Chinese folk music instruments. Finally, you'll see some wild music by Ivo Papazov and his ensemble. They began playing Bulgarian wedding music, functional music, like at wedding receptions and things like that. There are actually videos of Papazov here playing at weddings and people stuffing money into his pocket while he's playing in the middle of a wedding reception. But he's become an international celebrity playing this kind of music. I want you to listen to it. It's a very long track. I want you to just listen to the beginning of it. The first 8.5 minutes or so, you're going to hear some very wild playing by Papazov on clarinet. There is an ethnic flute called a ney, N-E-Y, that plays along. The other instruments you'll see are more modern. Here's the assignment for today, text chapter 8 and the questions that go along with that, as well as these three pieces and writing about them, and the usual deadlines apply. So, I hope you enjoy this music, and I think you'll find a lot of interesting information in Chapter 8. It'll reinforce what you saw last Tuesday evening with the gamelan performance and the fusion music that you will be listening to this evening. Thank you.